Hi, I'm coming in to talk about something that has come up many, many times, which is when and how do you accept a potential settlement from an insurance company? And what I'm here to suggest is that you should almost never accept the first insurance offer after you've been involved in a car accident case. Time and time again, we're contacted by potential clients who have buyer's remorse or have told us about a prior accident they were involved in which we learn that they were given a low offer, they didn't negotiate, they didn't finish their treatment, and they accepted that offer. And what's unfortunate about that dynamic is that they probably left a lot on the table that they could have recovered. So, what I'm going to do today is just talk about a number of reasons why accepting that first offer may not be best for you. If you're involved in a car accident case, really the aftermath can be overwhelming. You may have medical bills, you may have lost wages, there may be insurance claims, and it can feel like you're facing really an uphill battle of complexity. And the temptation and really the challenging part about this is that it can be so easy to then go ahead and just settle quickly with the insurance company, especially when they just make you that initial offer. But what I'll tell you is that accepting that initial offer can really shortchange you from a more meaningful and valuable outcome in the case. And what I'm going to do is begin to talk about what those reasons are. The first and foremost is this: insurance companies are huge, and the money that they have, they're making money on. The longer they hold that money, the better off they are. The less that they pay you, the better off they are. And so, one of the ways that you can be mindful and make a good decision is not think that their friendly and helpful demeanor is actually there to benefit you. One of the things that insurance adjusters can do to minimize the amount that they have to pay in a claim is they can be nice to the claimants. Because what people under the impression of is if the claimant is treated nicely by the adjuster, that the adjuster is trying to help. But you always have to remember the insurance companies are in this to pay less and not more money. What may be true is that when you get that initial offer, you have to know that the insurance adjuster is trained to try to get you to accept an offer that would be appealing, but less money than you may be able to recover. And the truth is that that initial offer that they make probably doesn't include future medical expenses, pain and suffering, and the full scope of lost wages. So what you're really doing when you accept that initial offer is you're walking out shortchanged. So first lesson is remember that insurance companies are here to pay less and not more. The second reason is that right after an accident, especially if you've been seriously injured, a lot of your injuries may not be apparent. It may take time for things like the soft tissue or internal damages to heal. And if you accept that first offer, what you're doing is you're cutting off the recovery for all the harms and losses that you potentially may have. You're also not being conscious and accepting for all the ongoing care that you may need to receive. So, what might feel like a minor back pain at the beginning of an accident could actually turn into chronic back pain that may last months and years after that you may need medical attention for. But if you go ahead and accept that initial offer, you're stuck with that decision. You'll sign a release and you're forever losing the opportunity to collect for all the harms and losses. Now, I mentioned this, but the third reason that you don't want to accept that initial offer from the insurance company is that it's not going to account for all of the pain and suffering. You're not only entitled to compensation for medical bills and lost wages, but you also can recover for pain and suffering. And candidly, it's the most difficult thing to quantify because it can encompass a large percentage of the total damages, but it's not oftentimes accounted for in this initial offer that the insurance company provides. And this may include things like physical pain and discomfort, emotional distress, loss of enjoyment of life, mental anguish, or trauma. And what insurance companies often fail to consider is the amount that should be paid to compensate our clients for those losses as well. Number 4, a lot of times our clients have claim that is much more than just the vehicle damage. And a lot of times insurance companies, they just want to focus on that property damage. The harms and losses that our clients encounter are so much more than just replacing their vehicle. It can include medical bills from the past and the future. It can include ongoing physical therapy. It can include prescription medication, lost wages, mental health counseling. And so while you're having that conversation with the adjuster, some point after the accident, remember that from the date of the accident going forward, all of the harms and losses that you've encountered, you may be able to get compensation for. And that first offer from the insurance company may cover some of those costs, but it's pretty likely it's going to overlook the full financial impact of the accident and the experience you've had on your life. Number 5, you have the right to negotiate. Too many times we hear of stories where people have been given a settlement opportunity from the insurance company and they just grab it. Now, the way that we negotiate in these cases can become complicated and can include a number of factors, but you absolutely have the right to negotiate. Insurance companies, they're expecting that you're going to negotiate, which is why oftentimes that initial offer they give is so low. Now, if you accept that initial offer, you're waiving your right to get full compensation for all the harms and losses if you're settling that case too soon. And we understand it can be difficult to negotiate with insurance adjusters. They have sometimes the knowledge, the education, the training of how best to handle these claims in a way that's profitable for them. But with the right guidance, you can substantially increase your chances of getting a fair settlement that is actually encompassing of all of your damages. Number 6, this is a truth of many cases, and it's something critical to be mindful of. Settling a case too soon cuts the legs off of recovering for all the harms and losses that may yet have come. Car accidents really have long-term impacts, and the physical therapy, the emotional toll, the financial consequences can all extend way past the immediate couple days after. And the insurance company may not want to consider the long-term effects of your health and your well-being. If you've suffered an injury and you're not returning to your job, for instance, you might need compensation for reduced earnings, long-term medical care, some pain management, some impact on your personal life and your relationships. And if you take that quick settlement offer and accept it, you are losing the opportunity to recover for all those long-term impacts that you may experience. Number 7, the reason that insurance companies try to make quick settlement opportunities or settlement offers is that they're trying to settle it quickly, because they know that if we find substantial information, that can really increase the value of a case. And if they give a quick settlement offer before you have the chance to even fully evaluate and understand what and why this all took place, you're really losing the opportunity at evaluating the case fairly. In some cases, if you accept that initial offer, you're permanently leaving with no opportunity to revisit what it was that actually caused this accident in order to fully value this case. Number 8, hiring an attorney can really help you understand the true value of your claim. I have every bit of confidence that if I ask our client what the value of their case is, their answer is going to be, I don't know. Because the truth is they don't know how to value their case. It's a complicated conversation involving trial and pretrial and investigative steps, and it's really hard for anybody to look at the experience they've had and to fully be able to quantify what that experience was. But one of the best ways you can protect your interest in a car accident case is to talk with an attorney to help them evaluate your case. Any qualified attorney should be able to have a conversation with you and at least understand the factors to evaluate a case. And the truth is too that we oftentimes negotiate substantially in order to increase our client's personal injury claim. An experienced personal injury attorney should be able to provide you at least the factors that they're going to consider, including the short-term and long-term impacts and damages that you may consider before settling your case. And I, along with conversations with our clients, we can make a decision as to whether or not it's fair to accept what they're offering. Now, while I'm giving you a bunch of information as to why it's important not to settle too soon, it's also really critical you don't wait too long. And Missouri has a relatively long statute of limitations, but if you don't get your case on file before that statute of limitations runs, you can jeopardize your ability to collect. And there are, in fact, some shorter timelines when you have cases involving cities. And so while I'm suggesting to not accept the first offer, also don't jeopardize your ability to collect at all by taking too long. And the best way to solve this problem is to really talk with a personal injury attorney who can advise you as to what timelines are critical, what timelines may jeopardize your action, and why you may want to go down a specific path. Factor number 10, which is really kind of describes this whole thing together well, is if you accept an offer too soon, you really may be undermining your financial stability. There are many people that after an accident are not able to earn the income that they used to be able to, that may have substantial medical debt that may be accruing. And if you allow the insurance company to give you a low, quick offer that you accept without knowing all the harms and losses, you're putting yourself in a tough financial situation potentially. Take the time to fully assess all the harms and losses, the whole financial picture, before you decide whether or not to resolve a case. And while I'm telling you all this information, I think most important that I'd like to convey is consult with an attorney. You may feel the urge to settle a case quickly, to accept the insurance initial offer, and to put all of this behind you. However, that can be a huge mistake. And insurance companies know that quick, low settlements are a way to minimize the amount of money that they have to pay out. So if you have any questions on this topic or anything revolving around your potential matter, feel free to give us a call and we'd be happy to discuss your matter with you.